Indulge Eatz is a local dessert shop that offers a wide range of beautifully designed cakes. Join us in welcoming Lawrencia to Good Morning SKN to find out how she developed her skills. Good morning, Lawrencia. Welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I love the smile. I love the smile. Into the meat of things, Indulge Eatz recently had a 4-inch cheesecake special.
What's the difference with this 4-inch cheesecake? Is that the normal size of cheesecake?
No, not really. The normal size is that's about maybe 8 inches, 9 inches, but for the purpose of that special, the 4-inch was the best option for us. We could do it at an affordable price so customers could get value out of it.
Right. Nice.
So have you always had a love for desserts?
Yes.
Oh,
very much so.
Lovely. Is this something that you studied or is just something?
No, it's just something that I like.
I love when it is not a study and we can just do it and it's good, right?
She just has the skill.
The knack.
Yeah.
You're just good. You're just good.
And they're very tasty.
You've tasted? I'll ask a question later. So can you recall your earliest memory of baking?
Okay, I don't know if it was the first memory, but I remember Auntie Sue. That's what we call her. Okay. My aunt-in-law. When I was younger, she had a baking business. She used to do wonderful wedding cakes, and Mommy would go with her to help us set up. And I got to tag along once or twice, and eventually she allowed me in the kitchen to see what she did. And I remember being just so overwhelmed with the process, how much work it took, all of the things that were needed, but it brought me a sense of joy, a sense of peace. It always felt like home. It always feels like home even now when I bake.
And it brought you to our couch today to talk about it.
Yeah, and you had a great mental positive impact on you.
Yeah,
so baking, in your case, it doesn't just involve the baking aspect of it. The cake also needs to be decorated. How did you get into that decorating part of it? Because, well, you did mention Auntie Sue had wedding cakes to do. So was that a natural addition?
For me, not really at first. I just like desserts that taste good. So I used to spend lots of hours in the kitchen. My husband would tell you if he were here right now that he would just get tired of all the stuff I would buy and want them out of his house. And I would just, for me, it had to be tasty. That was what was important to me at first.
Taste, right.
But I like trying new things, so eventually I started to dabble and
so does your husband wish now that you would have gotten rid of those things? I bet he's singing a different song now. I bet he's singing a different song now. Look at that. Ooh, that looks like the colors I had. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
Yes, it is.
I'm hungry.
So when did you launch Indulge Eatz?
Okay, well, Indulge as a business launched in 2016. We added the Eats in 2020 and we started doing food.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But for the cakes and treats and stuff, we started that as a business in 2016. It was actually my husband. He's the other owner of Indulge.
Nice.
He was like, I think you should start making some money from this because you just buy all this stuff and then you bake it and then you just give it away.
Thank you, husband, for pushing and giving it the inspiration to continue. We appreciate you, husband. We do.
And so, what was your first thought when you completed your first baking order? So let's concentrate on the baking aspect. When you had done everything, when you got the order and then the person said they wanted this, which is something we'll go into the custom made in the next segment. But in terms of getting your order completed and giving it to your customer, what was your first thought? Was it like, whew?
Okay, when I got the order, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I could do this. I don't know if she will like it. And then when I was finished, that was still my thought, like, oh my gosh, I hope she likes it. I was so afraid. My husband had to go to the door and give it to her when she came to collect it.
We have
my
to try one
order was from my neighbor, actually. She lives 2 doors away from me, Yvette. Hi, Yvette, if you're watching. She has been a constant customer of mine over the years.
Nice.
She was my first order. It was for her
Shout out
daughter's
to Yvette.
18th birthday.
Okay.
And it turned out great, right?
So what were the
Yes.
comments? Yeah. Rave comments?
Yes, she collected the order and went up, and then her daughter came back who the order was actually for, and she was all excited and happy. And
Nice. So now when you bake, you go to the door and deliver your stuff, right? I just want to know how high the confidence is now after that rave review.
Definitely.
You definitely have to go and say, this is my work.
But sometimes I prefer. There is one of the ladies on my team.
Yeah.
She is excellent with people. I'm very shy.
Oh, okay.
She's excellent with people, so sometimes I send her. She's
Okay.
very good.
Okay, no
Hi
problem.
Ruth, if you're watching.
So technique is a very important part of what you do at Indulge. So how did you arrive at this in terms of you first did the baking process, then the decorating process? Give us some insight into how you accomplished this.
Okay, so what I learned very early that worked for me to get the flavors right, to get consistent cake, and to keep the texture being nice and soft and fluffy, was to not overmix the flour.
Good stuff.
One of the things that we do every time we mix a cake is we separate all the dry ingredients, we sift them together, and then we whisk it all, and so it becomes one dry ingredient mixture, and we do that with the wet ingredients as well.
Okay.
Nice.
So the mixing time in the actual mixer is a lot less than it would have been if you added the ingredients one by one.
Right.
Okay. So
That
you
makes it fluffy.
time
to
and
explain,
time efficient too. Wow.
So what about the decorating part of it? How did you come up with that? Did you look at stuff and decided?
Yes, YouTube, trial and error. I had a cousin, she doesn't live here anymore, but when she was here, we used to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I did a lot of my trial and error days with her. We did anything fondants, we made our own gummies with names, everything. I tried, and she was a part of my process.
Okay.
Is this her? That's you?
Oh, yes, that's me.
That's her.
Lawrencia, have me forgiven? Forgive me, please.
Yes, that's
Wow,
Lawrencia.
that's lovely.
So who does the
Yes.
taste testing?
Hubby?
volunteering.
Husband, children,
See? Husband came number one.
my stepdaughter, my son, Hazel Jeffers, she has been a very big supporter of me as well. She always gives me feedback when I do.
Right.
Okay.
The staff, of course, because they are a part of my process. Whenever we're developing something new, I involve them in every step.
Okay.
Okay, tell us how you do these cakes for your customers in terms of they are custom made because your customers tell you what they want.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
So what's the process? Do they call you and explain and then you try it, or tell us what you go through?
Okay, for some customers, they're just nonchalant. Like, I just want a cake, your cake tastes good, give me what you feel like.
Okay.
And then there are some, they would send you a photo they find online and say, can you do this?
Okay.
And we do it. And then there are others who are involved every single step of the way. They come and they sit with you. Sometimes you have to sketch something for them
Oh,
to
so
see.
you do consultation as well.
Yeah.
Lovely, 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 lovely. So, what is your favorite thing to do, baking or decorating?
Baking.
Okay, baking. Okay.
I love decorating as well. I like seeing, and decorating provides the thrill for me of doing something new.
Okay.
But baking, because the flavors are what is most important to me
And that is the
always.
next thing. What is your favorite flavor of cake to bake? Does it include
White
rum?
Russian.
White-
That's the one that Kerry had.
So hey, explain that for those of us who don't know alcohol. What is White Russian?
Okay, it's a vanilla-based cake with coffee, espresso,
Yeah.
and Baileys and vodka.
So it has to be in the right proportion so that it's not, I guess, too soft
Yes,
or
it doesn't
too
get
soggy.
too soggy,
Yeah.
not too puddingy.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
And Alicia, it was none of the above. It was very good. So now I know I'm getting the white Russian cake for my day.
Have you ever had a really challenging cake? Maybe a customer had a request that you had never done before.
Yes.
Which one is the most challenging for you then?
I think the first time we did a creedy car cake.
A creedy car cake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see the cakes that were on the screen before?
No.
A teacup, a
Oh.
polo shirt. Look exactly like a polo shirt in a box.
Wow.
Exactly. And
So
then,
what was it about the car then? Is it the curves coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was not adequately prepared for that one.
The car.
Yes.
So you had to sculpt the cake?
Yes. And I had to do it more freehand because I didn't get templates done. So
Right.
it was a bit challenging. But that was back in 2017.
Oh.
It wouldn't beat me so much now.
how long?
Okay.
How many hours did that car take you, Lawrencia?
Maybe about 13 altogether.
Wow.
Straight or you stopped?
No,
and
she would have
Stopped and-
stopped
yeah.
and put that bad boy in the freezer. Next time again. No.
Listen, I thought
You
she
think
put some
she's
all-nighters.
thinking, you know, those competitions that you have, you know, sometimes they go straight.
Straight, yeah.
Oh my
I did
gosh.
that once with my son's birthday cake when he was making 5.
So how many hours? All-nighter?
Maybe almost 20 hours altogether. It was a long process.
And what type of
I
cake?
started the day before
was?
his party. It was a standing Lego Batman cake.
Wow.
What? That's a big cake.
Yeah,
And
it was-
details.
Yeah, I know.
Because Legos.
I'm so intricate, huh?
Details,
With the
yes.
little curvy arms and everything. Oh my God. You go, girl. Power to
I
you.
was, by the time his party came, I was so tired. Nobody even saw me at the time.
But they saw the cake, so
And
you
she-
were there,
She
yeah.
was driven by love.
Yes. Oh, indeed.
So, Lawrencia, it's been a pleasure having you here today.
Hold up, before we go though, if someone wants to contact you, where can they find you? Can you let them know?
You can call or WhatsApp 668-5725. We have an Instagram account. It's Indulge_SKN.